Hey everyone, I'm Frank Jimenez with the Builderall team. In this video, I want to simply showcase the Builderall video hosting option. It's an app that allows you to now host videos directly onto Builderall. And why you would maybe want to do that is to avoid distractions. So right now the most popular, one of the more popular tools or web hosting or video hosting sites used is YouTube. And YouTube does the job. It does exactly what you want it to do, but unfortunately, it does a little more, which also runs the risk of distracting your site visitor. So what YouTube does is you pull that video from YouTube and you add it to your Cheetah website. I come into your website, I watch the video, and then at the end of the video, you have YouTube recommendations, right, that pop up with additional videos that have nothing or may not have anything to do with my website. So you run the risk of your site visitor getting distracted, right? With Builderall video hosting, you no longer get that, right? So your site visitor goes there for the sole purpose of why you want them there. They watch your video, and without any distractions, they could take your call to action. So let me show you how to get started here. So once you click on enter, it's going to take you to the video manager. And here's where you can click on this button here and upload and title your new video. So first you want to add your video name, and then simply go to wherever your video is held and drag and drop it into here. Select OK. Once you select OK, it will be added to your video hosting right in here. So now let's go into some of these options. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the recorded webinar video here and we're going to add it to a web page inside Cheetah. But first, let's go through some of the settings here. So if you want to go in here and make any adjustments or changes, simply click on the little pencil icon. A window will open up, and you could go in here and change the look of your countdown theme. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a bit. You can also display the title when the video is paused. I don't like to do that. It just really depends on how you're utilizing the video. So it may be beneficial for them to see the title. For this example, I don't think that there is, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just turn that off. And then here you can elect to add a poster page once, just as it's mentioned here, right? Almost like a thumbnail. Here's where you'll add that. And then once you're done, go ahead and select edit to complete and save your changes. Now once that's done, you'll get a little prompt here indicating that your changes have been saved. Next, let's go into the recorded webinar and go to the next option. Now, the next option is going to be taking a look at the embed code, which we'll do in just a bit. So let's hop over to the statistics area. So this is super cool because you can view statistics related to who and what and how long your site visitor is actually watching your videos. This will help you better understand how effective your video actually is. So you could do that through duration and also view count. So next what we want to do is go to recorded webinar, and now let's take a look at the script. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an embed code and add it to our Cheetah website. But first let's go actually to the actual web page. So here's a blank web page created inside Cheetah, right? So I've got a panel added. Once your panel is added, and let me just go ahead and add another panel. So now I have two panels. Okay, let me go ahead and delete that to avoid some distraction here. Okay, so next I want to pull this out again, right? I want to click on or select elements. Next, let's go down here to iframe. Now, when I select iframe, little map will show up here, okay? So what we want to do is we want to drag and drop this map into our panel area. And once you do that, you'll get this rectangle here, okay? And now when you right click on it, you'll get a menu option. First off, it's going to identify your element, which is an iframe, and then you'll have an area under general settings that you'll click on. And so you can enter either the embedded URL or the embedded doc. So now let's go back to the video manager. Recorded webinar. Now here are the embedded codes here. The first one is going to be the direct link, which we can utilize and enter into the iframe, as well as the embed code right down here. The one I'm going to grab is the embed code. But before we do that, you want to make sure that you select the options that you want for your video. All right, so before we get started and copy paste the code, the first thing we're going to want to do is make sure we set up our options correctly. So do we want the video to autoplay? If not, toggle the switch to off. But for this example, I'm going to go ahead and leave it on. Do you want to show a countdown? Yes, I do. And the benefit of showing a countdown is that it alerts the site visitor to make sure they turn on their speakers, right? So if they click there, it's going to trigger sound. And that's what I would highly recommend that you have on. It just really depends on you. And then do you want to also show like controls, the play pause control, and so on and so forth. So we're going to take a look at this. So now that we've got this all set up, let's go ahead and take a look at the embed code. We're going to go ahead and copy this. We're going to go back to my Cheetah website. And again, my options here are opened up. If they are not, again, right click on your element and your options will come up right in here under iframe. I want to go into general settings. So I could key in the embed URL that it gave me right here, but again, I'm using an iframe. So I'm going to go ahead and put it there. Select apply. Hey everyone, I'm Frank with the Builderall team, and this is a recorded webinar. And at the end of a recorded webinar, you have... All right, so this is what your site visitor will be able to see. So I've clicked for sound. Hey everyone, I'm Frank with the Builderall team, and I also have the ability to pause the video. As you can see, it did exactly how I set it up. It autoplayed, and it allows me as a user to be able to adjust the volume, open and close this video to make it larger, pause and play the video, or even maybe change the timeline. And that is how you go in and set up your video manager inside Builderall. I hope you found the content in this video helpful. Hey, until next time, I'm Frank Jimenez with the Builderall team.